Hey there folks, I want to show you something that I bought from the old Temu to help me in my transition from DeWalt to Milwaukee. You may remember a while ago I showed you a nice big tool haul. I got some brand new Milwaukee fuel tools. My old DeWalt, these were 20-year-old tools. They were still working, bit of old technology, but the batteries were bad. They were toast. So I went and got all new gear. Now, what I also did is I went to Amazon and I bought some of these knockoff Milwaukee batteries because, you know, it's kind of a shame to put an XC5 on a 100 lumen light. You know, it's perfectly fine. You know, even if this doesn't give the full power of a true Milwaukee, at least it'll, you know, power the light and be a backup. Just in case one of my 4 batteries or all of my 4 batteries are charging. So I did that just as a backup. Now, I have purchased battery stuff from Temu before. This here, I bought this adapter, this Milwaukee M12 adapter. It came with the little sleeve, it came with a switch, fuse holder, and fuses. So what I did, what I was looking for this for primarily, was to build a light for my fat bike for cycling in the nighttime. Bought this at Princess Auto. There were 2 6-inch 1000 lumen each lights. So what I did is, here's the light. I soldered on and shrink tube inside this braided cable, an extra length of wire, connected it here with a couple of bullet connectors, and this straps to my bar on my bike. Pop in a battery. Now this is the bigger one, and I have a lot of smaller ones as well. This goes in my tank bag. This mounts to my bar. I turn it on and it gives me a lot of light. It throws a good distance and is very wide. I've used it a couple times in the night and it's absolutely fantastic. So I decided to go and get one of these fancy smancy adapters from Temu for the I guess from the yellow to the red. That's it there. Let me see what's inside. And some instructions and some other stuff. But this is the adapter that allows me to run Milwaukee batteries so I can use them in DeWalt tools. Looking at this, it has a product number DM18D, not quite sure what that means, but it allows the Milwaukee batteries to slide in there, and this will go up inside that light. Now, I figured I'd just keep the 2 lights out here for my testing purposes because they're the easiest to use instead of like a reciprocating saw or a drill. Now let's take a look at the Milwaukee battery. Okay, that slides in. Seems to hold a little bit of a rattle. The knockoff seems to rattle a little bit more, and a little bit of side movement. A little less side movement. So it fits the actual Milwaukee battery a little bit better than the knockoff. Let's see how it fits in here. Oh yeah, that's a good sturdy clip. And you press those. There's a button on each side, right there, and on the other side, and let's go the light. Okay, so let's just check the Milwaukee light first, or Milwaukee battery first. So snaps in. Okay, so we do have light. Okay, so that works. Remove it from there. Let's try the knockoff battery. Okay, we have flashes of light. Oh. Okay, so it looks like that movement that was there in the knockoff battery tends to have the connectors, tends to mess with the connectors there. Look. So you can't imagine if that was working on a DeWalt drill. It's fine. Well, it's okay if it's sitting down, but the moment pick it up, the light goes off. That's not going to work with a drill. Yeah, that's not very good. I did a little investigation and I found something between the batteries and the tools that shows me why this won't work with the knockoff battery. This is what I discovered. So, knockoff battery, between the top plate and the metal connector, it's 1/8 of an inch on the knockoff battery. On the Milwaukee battery, that same distance between the top plate and the connector is 1/16 of an inch. So remember that, 1/16 of an inch between those two. If you look at the blades on both tools, the parts that connect to the battery, like right there, you can see how tall they are. So on the base of the Milwaukee, it goes up the full height. So that is 3/8 of an inch. If you look at the adapter plate, there's a gap between the base and the bottom of the blade. And when I took some measurements, this is 1/4 of an inch. So there's 1/16 of an inch gap between the base here and the bottom of the blade, and 1/16 of an inch between the top of the blade and where it lines up with the Milwaukee. So you put two of them side by side, you can see the difference. So when I take this here with the smaller blades and put it on the battery with the larger gap, and when I lift up, there's no connection. Those blades do not connect with the connectors in the battery. However, if I take the Milwaukee battery and the adapter, because this is a 1/16 of an inch gap less, it'll work. And just to show you, there it is. It works, and it does, and it also works when I lift it up. Slide it on that battery, it works there, but it doesn't really work when I lift it. Down, yes. Up, no. So that's why it doesn't work. Is this red to yellow battery adapter good, or is it garbage? Well, I can't say that it's garbage because it actually works with the true Milwaukee batteries. It just doesn't work with the knockoffs. But I can say that if I had known that at the beginning, I probably would not have purchased this, or at least this particular model, and I would have done a little bit more research to at least make sure that these blades right here are of the same quality as the ones that come in Milwaukee tools. So there you have it, folks. My experience with these 18-volt battery adapters. Please feel free to let me know down in the comments below if you've had any experience with these red to yellow battery adapters, or yellow to red, or even red to green, or red to orange, or whatever mixture of other colors there are out there. Please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching my video, and I look forward to seeing you in my next one.